Okay, just a brief introduction about AutomWorx. We are a team of solution architects, consultants, and project managers who specialize in workload automation, in particular, Atomic, UC4, AppWorx. You might also know them as Applications Manager or Operations Manager. We help you with migrations, upgrades, implementations, licensing, extended support, and we are very proud to be a Broadcom Expert Advantage partner. We were founded in 2019, and since then we have delivered extensive consulting hours and support. We're also proud to have Broadcom Knights on our team. And in 2023, we were awarded the Rising Star in both technical enablement and expert advantage consulting, which helps validate our solutions within the Broadcom marketplace. And we continue to add automations daily. Again, some of our service offerings include consulting, training in particular, because we want to ensure that your team has expertise so you can get the most out of your workload automation solutions, extended support so you're not left on your own, and again, the full suite of consulting offerings that follows everything from helping you choose a workload automation system platform to tuning it up to even a replacement if you need it. Just a quick disclaimer, there may be forward-looking statements on this presentation. That's not a warranty of service or functionality. And with that, I'd like to turn it over to Joe Rosal, who is our resident Oracle eBusiness Suite expert and is going to take you through some of the automation options in OEBS. Joe.
Hey folks, how are you? A little introduction of myself. I've actually used this Oracle eBusiness integration since 1995. It's always worked very well. I used it at a customer site, and I actually started working for AppWorx, UC4, Atomic, and so forth, because I can't see how eBusiness Suite customers can actually manage their business without this tool. So again, it was developed around 1994. The integration was validated by Oracle Corporation, which means that whatever we did in the background did not affect our product in any way. So we've done a lot of solutions for managing Oracle open periods, closed periods, things like that. And Oracle actually always validated those solutions for us. So the product allows you to actually import concurrent programs, so standard ones. So you import them from your EBS system, whether SAP, I'm sorry, SQL AP, AR, GL, whatever it is out there. We create the jobs inside Atomic, and then we can also populate the parameters that have to be passed on. Then that solution kicks off the job inside Oracle eBusiness, and we track it till completion. We get the reports and the log files, so it's very, very useful. You can also create I'll go back one more slide. You can also create request sets. So we can run requests directly, but what we can do is create a copy of it. So if a request set has 5 steps in it, we create the request set as a workflow, and we bring each individual concurrent program into the product. And there's also a capture feature, which allows you to say it's month-end close period time, and all of a sudden people start submitting these jobs that you really don't want them to interfere with your month-end. Atomic can capture those jobs, put them on hold, and then release them once the period is over, or if you just want to actually monitor people's submission of certain programs. Okay, so what are the benefits of it? I mean, Concurrent Manager can run, concurrent programs. One of the things that are restricted is once you create these request sets, you can only run things from your same responsibility or same module. In Atomic, you can mix and match these things. So you can run some SQL AP, AR, GL, finance, whatever you want within inside a workflow. So it's much easier to actually streamline your process inside Atomic. So again, executes the you can actually execute jobs outside of eBusiness, right? So nowadays you have Oracle eBusiness and you have these other tools, whether they're reporting tools or say Oracle Cloud ERP. You can integrate those before the job runs, after the job runs, or in between there. So it is a total solution, not just a eBusiness solution. Also, for migrations, made easier. Once you develop all these workflows, these plans, and you have to upgrade your Oracle eBusiness, you can just make a copy of a client which has all the jobs, job streams, parameters, create a new one, and make a connection to a new database, and just run your job. So everything's already set up for you. So if a job becomes obsolete, the job's going to fail, easy to identify, and just go back and check your Oracle manual. Say, yeah, this job no longer is part of the stream, so let's take it out, and then you can put in a new job out there. But once you create these workflows, you can just move them between different environments, different clients inside Atomic. You also do some advanced scripting. So I can create a workflow for one org, and I can just kind of parameterize that workflow itself and pass in different organizations, different set of books, different responsibilities. So it's endless. I don't have to create 15 of each type of job or each type of workflow. I can create one and just feed the parameters to it, and it'll run for your different organizations. And again, Atomic create a client copy, which is a full environment. So it could be your SIT environment, UAT tests. You create that copy, you create a brand new environment. So again, very easy to migrate things, test things, and not affect the things that we're actually working in different clients. So these are the different versions that are supported. So you've got your financial suites, and you also have your manufacturing. So again, all those jobs can be managed through the product. Okay, so setting up a agent is pretty simple. The first thing is we create a connection to your database. Normally it's the apps account, but you'll also be able to create a pseudo apps account. So it'll just have the same privileges as the apps owner to actually access different tables, the inserts, updates, selects. And that's where we submit the job into Oracle eBusiness, and then the job runs inside your current manager. So you may have multiple EBS agents, but only one agent can connect to an Oracle eBusiness Suite instance. So you can't have two UAT AppWorks, or sorry, Atomic EBS agents connect to one instance, because they'll overwrite each other, but one per Oracle instance there. Integrates into single or multi-node architecture. So if you have 4 nodes, concurrent managers running, we submit the job to the primary. It distributes the load to wherever concurrent manager says it runs, and then we actually can read those outputs on whatever node it has out there. So we can't override some of the concurrent manager settings. Like if you say you only want to run 50 concurrent programs, if we submit 60, 50 will run in concurrent manager and 10 will be on hold. So we can't override some of those values out there, but we can help you at least do workload balancing on it. And EBS agents can run against multiple clients out there. All right. So here we're looking at a template job. So this is what the beginning. So we create a template job, and in here you can create a template job for, say, SAP, AR, GL, and you can put inside here some of the default information out there. So once we start pulling the jobs in from EBS, we'll select the right template, and you'll have already your username, application, responsibility. That'll at least do the seeding for each job, and then we'll have other information you can actually put in manually. So like you saw this in the stream before, there's some things we can put as defaults. So you put in the requester, responsibility application, responsibility, the concurrent program name, and its short name automatically gets feeded once we actually install the solution. And again, you have some other options for wait for child jobs. So if you spawn a job that spawns children, you can say, all right, let's wait for all the jobs complete before we mark this job as completed. So a nice way to make sure that everything runs as it should be. Okay, so this is this way you pull in jobs. So there's 2 sections here. There's a create jobs and create workflow. So we'll fill out those different fields there, and then it'll pull the jobs from the Oracle eBusiness application into the Atomic application. Next slide. So we're going to show you next step is we'll select a short application name. So it's a direct connection to the apps account. So it'll show you every single application inside your environment. Once we select that, it'll go and select all the programs that belong to that application. So we can select one or multiple jobs to import. Then we select the template job. So it could be a SQL AP job, AR, GL, whatever. And that'll give you at least the seeded information. And then we'll be able to select different folders where to store these objects. In Atomic, you create things in folders. So you'll have a job where you store your concurrent programs. You have a job P where you create your request sets or workflows. And we'll make sure they go inside the right location. And then we can also modify the way the job naming standard is. So instead of seeing the short EBS names like APPRVL for approval, we can say it's going to be called jobs.ebs.ar.appr approval. Next one. All right, next slide. Okay, so again, this is where you select the short application name. So again, that's a direct connection to the app's account. It brings back all your different applications. You'll select one here. I'm selecting SQL AP. Next slide. And then it'll bring up all the SQL AP jobs. And then you can select one or multiple ones from the unassigned column and move over to the assigned column. You just click on that top arrow and then click on OK. And you'll see there, move to the assigned column. So click on OK again. And this is where we select the different like template jobs. So you see the application short name SQL AP, the 3 programs that we actually selected, the template job. Next slide. And then we'll select which folder we want these different objects to go into. And then we give it a job name. So again, it's jobs.ebs.ap. Whatever program we're bringing in there. Then we'll click on the Create Job button. And then you'll get a little message say jobs created. If you go into your folder here, you see that there's 3 jobs I just created. There's 1 job that was in there already. And this is one of the jobs here. This is the payables accounting process. So these are the top parameters. Okay. And once you create these jobs, if you don't know what the parameters are, you can click on that populate values. And what that does, it goes back to concurrent manager and sees all the submissions of that job. And you can see who ran the job, is what user, which responsibility, your parameters. And if you like any of those requests, then you just click on OK. So here it shows that this job was executed prior time. And on the right-hand side shows you the parameters that were part of that execution. So if I click on that populate button, when I go back into the next screen, those parameters are automatically moved over. So it's a lot less input that I have to do. So you see at the bottom now you have those parameters, AutomWorx, ABC Industries. And then you have some dates there. And then later on, we can actually show you how to do variables to populate those dates with, automatic dates. Instead of us hard coding things, it'll be dynamic. So it could be first of the month, last of the month, 15th of the month, 2 years ago, whatever you need as a parameter, we can create those variable objects. So again, this is the way job looks at the end there. Execute the job. There's an execute button at the top. You would click on that execute button. And then in the top row there, you can see that there is a job that's active. It shows you the run ID of Atomic. But once the job actually starts running, you can go into and look at the report file. And that'll show you different parameters, username, application, short name, and different parameters that we actually had to pass there. Next slide. So similar to creating jobs, we can create workflows. Almost the same exact process there. So we can go to the next slide. Select your application short name. It should give us a list of different request sets. So we'll create a request set. And then once we bring the request set in, we fill in the template job and the other information. And the bottom here shows you the 3 different jobs or steps that are inside that request set. So it'll actually bring in that request set plus create a workflow for you. Okay, so right there, you've got the 3 jobs plus the workflow. And again, later on, we can move that workflow into a different folder just to keep things in a proper structure. And this is the way that the workflow looks in Atomic. So these are serial jobs. So you've got 3 jobs that run one after the other. Again, they have to complete successfully before the next one executes. Here we've got the job started. It's in green. Also, the bottom there, once you have history, you'll see that there's estimated runtime. So you can see based on previous runs, what all 3 jobs are going to execute and how long your workflow is going to run out there. And this is where you create those variable objects. So if I want to create a variable for sysdate, Oracle formats, I just create a little SQL statement inside there, give it the formatting. I'll click on the preview button, and it shows me what the result is. Next slide. And then at the bottom there, you can see where I created or actually applied those variables. The last two prompts at the bottom is one with sysdate -1 and one is sysdate. So when a job gets executed, those parameters are evaluated and fed into a concurrent manager, execute the job.
Thanks, Joe.
Welcome.
Thanks everyone for attending this short webinar regarding Oracle eBusiness Suite and Atomic. We'll send a follow-up out to you as long as a transcript. And if you have any questions about integrations, workload automation, or OEBS,